Hi boys and girls, so we are continuing with our Jasper Johns name jumble. Now when you write your name, keep in mind you aren't writing like you would normally write in a straight row. What you're doing is you are starting with one letter and then you're simply overlapping with the rest of the letters in your name. Now make sure that they are bubble letters because we want some spaces to overlap. And be careful not to overlap more than once or twice for your letters. If you start to overlap too much, you're going to get yourself really confused. Now, when you go back into label, keep in mind your primary colors are going to be your main letters. So red, yellow, blue. And then anywhere where it overlaps, that's where you start to pick up the secondary colors. So if I have blue in a space and the red overlaps it, then of course I end up with violet as my overlapping color. Your paints that you're getting today will have nothing but those primary colors. And it's usually easiest to start off with those areas that you've already marked as your primary colors. So I like to start with red first. Keep in mind that you need to erase your labels first. Now don't erase them all, just go one section at a time. So if you're like, okay, well I'm working with red, go erase all your R's. And don't erase so much that you can't see the label. Just go ahead and erase that letter as you use it. That way you still have all that labeling for each time you pick up your next color. So currently I'm working with yellow, and then all I have to do is go back in and continue with blue on my B's, and then I will start in with the secondary colors. Now when you start in with those secondary colors, keep in mind all your mixing is going to happen on the lid of your painter's palette. If you discover that the lid is already messy, then what you're going to have to do is clean it off. All you have to do is add a little bit of extra water and use a paper towel to clean it, should it be extra messy. If you need to borrow a handy dandy color wheel, then just go ahead and let me know, so that way you can remember how to mix your colors. So I'm currently mixing red and yellow, which creates an orange, and my yellow just happens to be a little bit lighter, so it's kind of ended up on the peaching side. Depending upon how much of each color you use, it might end up being a little bit on the darker side or a little bit on the lighter side. Either one works as long as you're getting that secondary color. Make sure that you are painting neatly, taking your time, doing a nice job, etc. And oh, you might end up with one of these strange little places. If you notice that little A right next to where I'm painting my green spaces, that's one where I gotta mix all my primary colors, all three of them. Uno, dos, tres, red, yellow, blue. And I end up with a gray. So you might end up with a brown, but that works too. Picking a background color is merely a choice of kind of deciding what colors you have the least of. And as I took a look at it, I didn't have very much green. So I think green would be a good choice for the background. And my greens kind of ended up being a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. I'm kind of flip-flopping back and forth. If I decide that that area is too blue, I'm going to go back in, add a little bit of extra yellow. If I decide it's too yellow, I might add a little extra blue. So this is the background you get to be a little more flexible with.